Hey friends, this is Camila.
And Marcella.
This is Revisiting Sunnydale. Welcome back. This is episode 80, and it's time to get back into it. If you haven't done so already, please like the Facebook page, Revisiting Sunnydale, and you can also follow us on Twitter at Back2Sunnydale, and leave rate and review us on all of the platforms where you can find the show, iTunes, Libsyn, iHeartRadio, and Player FM. Did you find it on Alexa yet?
Not yet. Her and I are in a holding pattern. She doesn't listen to me sometimes. I have to scream at her.
This bitch.
Yeah.
It's like,
I know you hear me.
you cannot. No, you can't do this, Alexa, because I paid the bills. I bought you.
Sometimes I'm sitting right next to her, and she can't hear me. Other times I'm not even in the same room, and I'm just like, oh, let's see if she hears, and she'll hear me.
Selective.
I don't like it.
It's all creepy to me. It's all very, like, I get really wigged out when my phone, ever so often, it'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I wasn't talking to you.
I didn't ask you shit. Where'd you even, how?
Why?
And if there's an Alexa on the TV, like when we watch WWE, there's an Alexa Bliss. Yes. No. I'm not talking to you. Stop it.
I would like to think that somebody who doesn't live alone and named Alexa does not have this.
I hope not.
Because that's just chaos.
It would drive me insane.
Swenny Hoozle, we're not here to talk about that. Why is this? Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong thing here. All right. So, we're here to talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, obviously. So before we get into today's episode that we're going to review, God, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm just like all over the place here. Where are they now today? Michelle Trachtenberg?
Yep, Michelle Trachtenberg. I follow her on Instagram. It's like she found goth late, but
she's still doing stuff. Like,
yeah.
She's still working. I think the last few things that I watched on a regular basis that I saw her on was Weeds. I remember her being on there, and
she was on Gossip Girl for me. That was the last time I saw her on something regular.
But it looks like she's been doing a lot of stuff still. Some Christmas movies, a lot of Robot Chicken episodes, some TV movies.
No, I watched Sleepy Hollow, and apparently she did an episode of that, and I don't remember it at all.
Did you watch it all the way through? Mm-hmm. Is the show still on, or is it
No,
canceled?
It's over. Yeah, it got canceled.
Did they end it properly?
I don't remember the last season at all because the other main lead had left, and they replaced her with someone else.
So Abby?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they wrote her out in the 4th season.
Wow.
And then brought somebody else in, and it wasn't the same that last season. It was all over the place. I didn't care about any of the supporting characters at all, and I couldn't even tell you how it ended.
Yikes.
So I would need to watch it again.
Yeah, I think it was the 3rd season we stopped watching it, and I was all for it at first, but then it started to get really repetitive and just, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the one I did see Michelle in this movie called Sexy Evil Genius, and it was also starring Seth Green.
Interesting.
And Harold Pernaut, is that his name?
I like him.
And one of the Baldwin brothers, not Alec, not Daniel. Was it Daniel?
Ew.
No, not that one. not Daniel. I forget.
William, which is just as bad.
Yeah, William.
Just as if it's not Alec, it's just ew.
It's just a waste of a Baldwin. But it was actually pretty good.
And Anthony Michael Hall.
I totally forgot he was in. I don't remember him being okay.
He has the most generic character name, Mark Von Dutch.
Yeah, I don't remember what he did in it. But
Katie Sackhoff is in that movie too. She was Starbuck on Battlestar Galactica. I've never seen this movie.
It's good. It's one of those. It's very story. It's very dialogue heavy.
He doesn't hit on her, does he?
Who?
Seth Green, because I don't want to watch Oz hit on Dawn.
No, I don't think so. I think she's actually a lesbian.
Okay.
I think how this plays out is that Katie Sackhoff or whatever, she is like, the one that everybody's in love with and all that stuff. And she's like dated all of these people, Seth, Michelle, not Alec and Harold. She's dated all of them and like broken their hearts in like these crazy ways or something like that.
Interesting.
And they all kind of get together. She brings them together for some reason. So it's kind of like a film noir thing, and it's really interesting. I would highly suggest it.
Interesting.
And Michelle did a good job in it. Once I got past, her being an adult and doing adult things and saying
Yeah.
adult things. It's like, all right, I'm good now.
She was on a pretty scary episode of Criminal Minds that I saw on Ion once.
Wait, no, I'm confusing it with the episode she did of Law and Order SVU, where she was like a vlog YouTube star or something and got kidnapped.
I saw your boy Scott Foley on an episode of Law and Order SVU yesterday. Yeah. He woke up in his room to a dead girl. Didn't know why. Turns out he's like a Jekyll and Hyde when he drinks.
Oh, really?
And someone gave him, like, he had been on the wagon for like 18 months or something, and someone gave him a drink.
I don't remember.
He's one of those types that if he has one drink, that's it. He can't stop. So he just starts drinking, and he blacked out and killed this girl.
I wanted to go back and look for that one. I'm gonna watch that.
It's the one with Christine Lottie, and she shows up to court drunk. Oh. And they make her go to rehab, and it's like a mistrial for him.
Yeah.
So Liv is like, they can't try you for this again. Just tell me, did you do it? And he's like, and he just starts to cry, and he's like, I did. I realized watching her throw her whole career away, I had to have killed her.
Yikes.
But I blacked out, so I don't remember doing it.
Yeah, I remember the Christine Lottie like being drunk. I remember that whole storyline, but I don't remember Scott Foley being in this. Huh.
Yep.
Well, all right. So that's where Michelle is, and that's where Scott was. And so now let's talk about Real Me, season 5, episode 2, or the one where Buffy has a freaking sister.
Do you remember how upset we were?
We were so upset.
We were so mad.
Confused.
And they did this on purpose. They did it, and they did not want. They wanted the audience to feel confused.
Right.
Everyone in the show just acts like she's been there all this time, but they wanted the audience to say, "What the fuck?"
And that's what we were saying, like the entire
Weekly.
episode. Yes,
Weekly.
'cause nothing got explained.
They put her in the credits. It's like,
Who?
did I miss something?
It's like this is episode 2, right?
Yeah. So we ended the Buffy versus Dracula with her rifling through Buffy's shit in her
Right.
room,
Right.
and her being like, "Who this?"
Like, why are you here? What
Yeah.
are you doing?
And Joyce is just like, "Go ahead and take your sister with you." My what now?
So for several weeks, everybody was just really confused and on edge and just, but damn. All right. So this original air date was October 3rd, 2000.
Yep.
And this was written by David Fury, directed by David Grossman. As Harmony and her vampire gang plot Buffy's demise, Dawn adjusts to life with a Slayer. Okay, now that's summary. That's just,
Okay, sure. That's like what part of it is about.
it's like Dawn adjusts to life with a Slayer.
Really?
How about a Slayer adjusts to life with a Dawn? Like,
Can we talk about the 2000s makeup that's going on here?
ooh,
All throughout this episode,
ooh.
like let's start with Buffy training with some heavy blush and ultra purple bluish, like ice bluey
Yes.
eyeshadow. No eyeliner.
No.
Lots of mascara. It's a little clumpy, actually.
2000.
We'll get to Harmony later.
Oh God, oh baby.
Buffy stunt double is doing some serious work in the beginning of this episode on
Yeah.
that piece of wood. Which, where are they?
Aren't they in the back room?
Not yet. They hadn't gone there yet.
I don't know.
So where is this happening?
I don't know.
Like,
Does he have like a community room? in his
right, the
complex?
utility, like everybody gets a little cubby. It actually looks like the university gym where she beat up
Oh, maybe
Riley that one time.
I guess so. I guess that's it. But why is? All right, whatever. So
Why is
Giles
Dawn there?
Right. So Giles is working out, and Giles is working with Buffy to be all centered and stuff. And Dawn comes in and like fucks it up, basically.
Yeah. She's like balancing one-handed on this piece of wood, and there's these crystals in a pile, and all of a sudden somebody drops a crystal on top of the pile, and they all fall over, and Buffy falls over. Giles like whips off his glasses and looks like he's about to beat the shit out of whoever it was. And then we see it's Dawn. But we don't even know her name at this point, do we?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think we've heard her name at this point
I don't
because it
think
just
so.
said take your sister with you
Yeah.
last week. And we don't even know her name yet.
Right. So Dawn is like what, 14?
Yeah.
13?
She's 14.
14. She acts like she's like
12.
Yeah, like very much younger, like doing things like messing with stuff and meddling with things. I don't think I was doing that at 14, but now this really, it could have been like easily this could have been a jump the shark
Oh, it could have.
point
For
in
sure.
time, but
For a lot of fans, it was. A lot of fans didn't recover from this.
wow.
They were that thrown that it was like, nope, fuck the show. I'm out.
And it's almost like Joss knowingly, because this is usually where sitcoms, they bring in like the new cute child or cousin or another younger brother or sister or something or whatever to make it all better. And this is almost kind of like exactly like that.
Yeah.
But it ended up working out. And
When we first start with her narrating,
yeah,
I thought, oh, this better not be the new norm.
right?
If she does this every week, no.
I would have been done if that was the
Yeah.
case. It's like, so now we're doing this from this child's point of
No.
view, or we're getting narrated from every like a different character every
Nope.
week. No.
I'm not for. That would have ended my relationship with this show.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think introducing Dawn, we probably could have done without it.
Yeah.
But they made it work because we got a new dynamic because, siblings, they do have an effect on each other.
Well, and it starts right off in the very first scene
Right.
when she's making breakfast.
Right.
And Buffy takes the milk out, puts it on the counter. Joyce steals a little for her coffee, but then Dawn uses all of it.
I don't Dawn is straight up kind of a bitch.
Yeah. And then acts like she didn't do it. She just sits
Right.
there like,
She's real shady with everything she does. Like, she's literally like
Yeah.
moving around that kitchen,
Yep.
doing this stuff on purpose
Yeah.
just to fuck with her.
I would have just taken her cereal.
Right. Yeah. It's like, you know what? Hierarchy. This
And
is
Buffy looks probably the best across the entire series this season. This is the healthiest she looks.
yeah, because she starts to get real skinny after
Real
this season.
skinny. And I mean, she's a small girl.
Right.
But, she looks fit and healthy in this season.
Right.
Whatever's going on with this outfit, though,
Which one is this?
this is the one with the
Oh,
bedazzled
yeah.
Puma shirt
Yeah.
and then this awful flared out ruffly skirt.
Yeah.
Why? Where are you going? Dawn looks like a member of the Enterprise crew. That looks like a Star Trek shirt. She even has like a pin or an emblem right.
Right.
where the communicator would be. And it's just they're bickering back and forth.
It's just a constant bicker.
Joyce is all like, "I've got the Gurion showing." The what now? What do you do again? Oh, you read an art what is that?
How is that so damn important?
Right.
Like, okay, so this whole scene that they get together and so Joyce is trying to get Buffy to take Dawn back to school shopping.
Back to school shopping.
One, Buffy doesn't have a car or a
No.
license. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Two, Joyce, the fuck?
Yeah.
Come on.
Because she's like, I'm going Slayer shopping with Giles.
Right.
And she's like, oh, I'm sure he won't mind taking you to the mall. You don't know that. Maybe he would.
Right.
Maybe he doesn't want some 14-year-old child in the backseat of his car.
Like, maybe you shouldn't want your 14-year-old child
in the
like,
backseat. He is not their stepdad.
Exactly. I would like you to stop acting like
Yes. I think he would too. But then, so I think we get peppered throughout this season. I'm picking them up more now that I'm paying attention. The little seeds to the end of Buffy and Riley.
Right.
The first occurs here, where he comes over and he's like, hey. And she's like, oh, hey.
It's a nice surprise.
Yeah.
He's like,
Now I'm the one that's
We
surprised.
had some plans.
We did?
Refresh my memory, please.
And he's like, well, plans is stretching it. I mean, you said you want to hang tomorrow. I said, sure. Rude, Buffy.
Damn, Buffy. Damn.
Like, what the fuck?
I mean, I guess we can just chalk it up to the monks shoving extra
Like,
memories.
maybe he got pushed out a little. But the more we rewatch these episodes, I'm starting to see that she's just like,
Just
he's like, I love you. Bye.
okay.
Not even a you too?
No.
Like,
Just
see you later.
Oh, buddy. And you're super cool.
So he's just like, okay, it's fine. Yes, I get this whole Slayer thing. Go ahead. Go do your thing.
Poor
We'll hang
Riley.
later.
Poor Riley.
Dawn is fucking with Giles's car which we have not seen Giles's car since Spike wrecked
Right.
the Citroen in season 4. And so Giles has a sporty new car.
He's very excited about it.
Blooper of all blooper fuck ups in this scene that I only just saw
What?
this morning. It's coming up here. For whatever reason, we get a side shot of the two-door Tramp, the little red sporty Tramp. And there's a man's hand on the back of the car. And it's the weirdest, like, who didn't see this man's hand just sitting on the back of the car? How do you not know that your tech is just standing there? Like, how are they even doing it? It must be one of those shots where the car is attached to a truck
Right.
and they're not really driving. He's just kind of steering, making it look like that. And I think it's at like 9:03 or something in the episode. Where are we? Okay, it's coming up in a second. But they're talking back and forth about, you know, all the different things
Oh
that
my
you...
God.
Look at that. That's a man.
That's insane.
That's a hand. That's a big man's hand, too.
is.
It's a huge man's hand.
Oh, and it's there forever.
Forever. It's not like a quick shot.
No,
That
that
man's hand is there for a while.
Oh my God. Shame on y'all.
Yeah. That's
What is this lackluster
just a
editing?
just a
Wow.
hand. How have I never noticed it? Probably because they're using the widescreen version.
Probably.
You know, and we saw it.
And also because, you know, we've watched it like a bazillion times and we're never really like
Right.
fully watching it or doing something
Yeah.
else or whatever. So
Today I was
Wow.
like, is that a hand? Whose hand would that even be?
that's fucked up.
Thanks, guys.
So we add that to the random fucking 80s and, and gaffers and grips that get into the back shots of Buffy.
So there's... Can we just ignore Dawn's narration throughout? Like, there's nothing important about
No,
it.
it's
Except
not.
for the line about Joyce. About Willow and Tara. And how
Oh, yeah.
Dawn said she wanted to be
Wanted-
like them when she... Or
Yeah,
what?
she said she wanted them. She's like, they do spells and stuff together, and I told Mom I wanted them to teach me what they do when they're together.
Mom got real quiet and made me go to my room. Joyce. So Joyce is okay with it, but
Right? She's like, you know what? I got a daughter that's a Slayer. Just one step at a time, please. Like, I haven't even thought of her dating yet.
yeah.
So, yeah, and I'm assuming this is, you know, Michelle Trachtenberg comes from Harriet the Spy, and I'm assuming this is kind of like a little kitschy,
Yeah.
tongue-in-cheek
Little nod to that.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So they're going to the magic shop
Right.
to get supplies for Slayer training. And Buffy and Will are having this cute little conversation about how Buffy's so studious and she has a work ethic. And, you know, Buffy's like, yeah, speaking of that,
Yikes.
with my new Slayer training schedule and everything, I'm going to have to drop a class. And she's like, oh, that's okay.
It's fine. Whatever.
She's like, so I'm not taking drama with you. What?
Willow is highly offended at this
Highly
point.
offended. So I want to know what other classes she was taking.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't some other fluff class you could have dropped.
Right. So Buffy and Summers. You're gonna tell me that drama was
Right.
the only class that
Right.
you booked on that you could have just thrown off this course so we're like what? You're like in all of your
Yeah.
you're doing like Psych
Right.
201 and fucking
That hard ass
French
history class. Yeah.
I doubt it.
But, you know, I do applaud her for she's got a real plan this year. She wants Giles to be her trainer and her watcher again, and she's training like crazy, but she does have this added dynamic of having to deal with Dawn.
And it seems like this happens a lot.
Yeah.
If Buffy's concerned, she'll get a plan going and she'll get motivated, and then something will come and muck it all up. Thanks, monks.
Yeah.
She could have been fine.
Right.
She would have been okay. She probably could have even learned to love Riley.
Right. And it would have had to be learn to love. Not fall in love,
But learn to love.
So for whatever reason, they're bantering around the store, and Willow trips over something, and she's like, I'm fine. I just tripped over, Mr. Bogarty.
Oh, hi.
He's dead. So to shield Dawn from the violence that has just occurred, they decide to put her outside
By herself.
by herself on a busy street where she gets accosted by the scariest meth head drunk.
I'm a cat.
Yeah. What? Huh? I'm going in with the dead guy.
Exactly. I don't care what it is.
I don't care.
He is.
Nope.
I'm in here, guys. This is where I am.
Instead, you don't belong here. I know you, Curds and Way. And you're like, oh, I remember them talking about Miss
Right.
Muffet last year.
Right. Except, some of us were a little I'm going to say right now, I didn't get it. At the first time around, I highly doubt it. I was like, why is this crazy man rolling up on her like this? And why is it somebody out here? And who is she?
Yes. Who is this? Why is this child here? And finally, Tara comes out.
Aww.
The best part about Dawn is what it does to Tara as a character.
I know.
She becomes like this helpful,
Maternal.
just favorite aunt
Right.
for Dawn. Now, I still don't like her at this point because she does something in this episode, too, or the very next episode, that I'm just like, what, barf. The willow hand. She still just annoys the crap out of me. She's sweet. She annoys the crap out of me. And why do they dress her? She is a small girl, too, but they make her look huge.
Yeah.
In everything that they put her in. These huge, wide skirts.
Mm-hmm.
But she's just as small as the rest of them. She's a normal-sized girl, maybe, even.
Right. The rest
But
of them are
she-
probably like 2, and she's like maybe a 6.
Yeah. But she's the only one that goes outside to check on Dawn. Because she's not needed in there.
Right.
Because she still feels out of place, too. She doesn't feel part of the group either.
Right.
And truthfully, the only people that really need to be in there are the 3 smartest people that are in there.
Right. And it was a vampire attack, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Because at first I was thinking, how about y'all just call the police?
Right.
But
Yeah,
okay.
it was a vamp attack, and they look around, and what's funny is Giles is looking through the books, and he starts realizing that this store makes a lot of money. Sure, but you realize we've even seen, I think,
This is-
3 people die.
Right.
Every person that's owned this shop has died.
Exactly.
And what does he gather from that? Probably keeps the rent low.
Okay, Giles.
All right.
You've clearly come at your wits' end where you're bored as fuck, right? It's like, I need something to do with my life.
And we get an answer to what he's been doing at the end of the episode, and it's wonderful.
Let us never speak of it again.
And so they find out that nothing really is missing except for one thing. Oh, and a book. A book
Yes.
that she really wanted, and a unicorn.
Which retailed at like $15 or
Yes.
something.
Which leads me to think that we know that the magic box from this point on becomes very central to the show. Mm-hmm. A lot happens there, but it's also there throughout the, as for 3 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
So it makes me think that the prior owners really didn't know magic. Or they could have protected themselves a little better.
True story. Yeah. That makes sense.
So this is the first time that true magic stuff is being sold in Sunnydale. But we find out who killed Mr. Bogarty
Harmony has a gang.
with one very special member.
Right. And what I do love about the fact that this is that everybody is as shocked as anybody is.
Yep.
That Harmony has a gang. Mm-hmm. So yes, and all of her gang members all of her lackeys are always in vamp face because that's what we do on the show
Yeah.
with unimportant vampires. But we all know, we can recognize that one of them is Mr. Tom Lank.
Yep, the voice. And I didn't know it
Exactly.
at first. It took a while for me.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't until I think maybe the second time watch, because I didn't know who he was when
Right,
this episode
exactly.
aired.
Yeah.
And then when he joined the show, I didn't remember that. I think once I saw the episode again, it was like, oh, hey.
Right? Was his name like Cyrus or something?
Yeah. Peaches' friend.
Why is your name Peaches? So
What's with this crew?
So I'm to understand that she sired all of these dudes, or it's
Maybe.
just fine because Peaches looks like he was turned in like 1971.
Yeah. And stayed like that.
Yeah, for because he's wearing
Mort looks like a 50s racist farmer. I don't know where she found him. Now, Brad, I get.
yeah,
Brad followed her around in high school.
right.
That was probably easy pickings for her.
Absolutely.
And he's the one that got the unicorn for her.
I had to get her something. She's sired me. So she's trying to be really motivational and telling them all how proud of them she is, and you guys did a really great job, and I'm super excited about the plan. And
She's
finally-
learning. She's studying up on how to kill the Slayer.
right? And that's the big plan,
Ooh, her makeup though.
Oh yikes!
It's so dark. in so much
So
of it.
heavy. So heavy.
So
Like, why are you?
Whew.
How are you not sweating underneath all that lacquer? And so that's Harmony's big plan. Obviously, she wants to kill the Slayer. And when she runs into Spike Lady, she's like, "Oh, singing my song."
yes, I love that. And Buffy wants to go out, and she's got to look for whoever killed Mr. Bogarty.
Right.
And Joyce is like, but I have to go to this damn show. And so they're arguing back and forth about, well, who's going to watch Dawn? And Dawn's like, I am 14.
I'm old enough to be a babysitter.
Truth.
This is a true story. Yes.
And she's in the other room.
She's just like,
I don't know how she can hear them because they're not talking that loud.
No.
And then they're like, who are you going to get to watch? Xander. And she's like, okay.
Comes running in. Is like, that's fine.
Yep.
So apparently Dawn has a little crush on this on Zan Man.
Yep. Which, okay. So you're 14. You have a huge crush on an older guy. Flash forward several years. You actually get to date him. It's probably awesome because that's where they are in the comic.
Right.
They have a huge relationship. Spoiler alert.
Right.
They have a huge relationship in the comic, and it's gross to me. It's always been really, ever since the daddy like in season 7.
Oh yeah.
It's been gross to me. And then they actually went there in the comic. And then they took it all back and wiped her memory, but then made them fall again. And it was just like,
So he's probably like what, 7 years older than her?
probably.
Well, it's awkward.
It's awkward. I mean, I don't care about I don't care about ages in relationships. That's your best friend's little sister.
Right. Like you've watched her grow up.
Right.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Like so you like he was 7.
Yeah.
Very cognizant of what was happening when this child was born. Again, we get it, it's just in his memories, whatever. But
Gross.
yeah. Okay. So Xander shows up and he makes a lot of funny one-liner jokes, and he's witty, he's doing his Xander thing, and Dawn is like, no, and then and Anya shows up.
I love that. That could have been a burn as well. But Xander's very nice to even what is
Right.
it? Even to people he shouldn't.
Right, exactly. It's like, wow. I
That
don't
is
think
a major shade for Anya, who's brought board games.
Yes.
and
Hello,
they're
little girl.
Yeah,
the way she treats her doesn't make any sense. But I mean, because Anya actually treats her as though she should be like Anya isn't in on the forced memories.
Right.
Like, oh, this child is showing up.
thing. Then we get an adorable scene with Willow and Tara, who I guess apparently Buffy has decided to not live on campus, maybe, or no, she hasn't moved out yet. They move her
No.
in the next episode, in that corner suite she gets. It's just that Tara and Willow are rooming together, I guess.
Right.
Or they're unpacking Willow's things or Tara's things. I'm not sure what's
I
happening.
think Tara and Willow are moving in together.
And they
on
have
campus.
the biggest, most
It's fucking
beautiful
huge.
room.
Yeah. I think they have their own bathroom.
I think so.
Because she's like unpacking toiletries.
Yeah. And they're talking about how, they should try and help Dawn fit in, like get her a decoder ring or something,
Right.
something stupid like that.
Make her feel more
Yeah.
included.
And Tara's like, well, I get how she feels. I'm not really part of the gang. And
Right.
Willow's all, yeah, you are. No,
No,
I'm not.
and it's okay. It's cool. I
I'm
get
fine
it.
with it. I don't need to be. Just so you know.
Just letting you
Just
know.
saying.
Sometimes it's a little awkward.
Yeah.
Y'all get all huddled together and start with your inside jokes and stuff. I'm just saying, be aware of people around you. That
Like
may
the
not
time
be-
Anya and I had to hide in the bathroom because you got inappropriate with each other. Next time, notice that. Read the room. Read the room. And then Riley and Buffy are out walking because they're looking for whoever killed Mr. Bogarty.
Right.
And Buffy's just going off about Dawn. She's so irritated.
But she's also going on. She's irritated by her existence, basically, but also really bummed out that Dawn gets to be a kid. So she's basically jealous
Yeah.
of this fact that she can just be worried about kid things
Yeah.
and not have to worry about saving the world and be her mom's pumpkin.
Pumpkin belly. Little pumpkin belly. Because Dawn and Joyce have a book club. And they're going to hang out and have book club. And she's just really mad.
Buffy, you could probably join in on the book club too. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
Right.
I'm sure they won't be very strict on the meeting hours. You live there.
Yeah.
Or, you have access to the home.
And Riley's just like, come on, she probably idolizes you. You're a slayer. You have superpowers. Just stop saying things.
Just let her be. Dudes.
There are certain times when a woman just needs to vent.
Right.
We don't need your input.
No, don't expect you to fix it. We don't need you to like give us advice.
No.
I just need to bitch it out for a second and just let it be. And all you need to nod your head.
Yep.
I get it. Oh, that's terrible. That's right. Just that's
all.
That's it.
Don't contradict, because now I'm mad at you.
Right. Oh, so now you're suggesting things that maybe I've already done. Like, don't you like obvious bullshit? You know what? Never mind.
Yeah. So game night is happening
They're
at
playing
the Summers house.
Life.
Dawn has ice cream all over her face.
Because apparently this is the first time eating.
Right. And there's actually and she's like looking at Xander all lovingly. And then Anya says something, and there's this shot of Dawn like embarrassingly wiping the ice cream off her face. How'd you not know it was all over your face?
Right. You can't feel it.
Right. It's cold.
It's cold, and it's starting to get sticky.
Right.
As the room temperature heats up.
So they're playing a game, and Anya doesn't, I guess, understand how life works because she's got all the money and all
Such
the
a
kids.
loaded statement.
Yeah. I love that she offers to trade in the kids for more money.
Right. So is it safe to assume that this is where Anya starts to grasp the concept of money and
Of
start
money.
to larve it?
She
So,
really does. Like, really, in this season, it gets out of hand. It's a character flaw they add to her that is fantastic.
Right.
But in comes a rock through the window. What does it say? Come out and die, Slayer, or something?
Yeah, I think so.
And it has like a heart on it.
Yes.
Harmony is borderline. How'd she graduate?
I don't know.
Someone had to do her homework.
Yeah, that has to, like, she probably just barely made it. Like, she's not smart.
Not smart. So Xander opens up the door, and there's Harmony and her gang. And he informs her that Buffy is not home.
And they start to go a little back and forth, and Xander's like laughing and finds this whole thing hysterical. And
Harmony has him. Ooh, watch out, it's the Harmony gang.
and then Dawn. You know,
It's Harmony's fault. It is Harmony's fault.
It's Harmony's fault.
Because she starts talking about Xander and how he was a perfect little lapdog for Dracula. And Dawn tells Harmony to shut up. And Xander's like, no, I got this.
They go, shut up.
And Harmony continues to dig at him and his manhood. And that...
Like the references the slap fight. And then that sets Dawn
yes,
up.
you hair-pulling girl. And Dawn, the little asshole, come in here and say that. Really?
Wow.
Anya's like, Dawn!
The fuck?
And instead of running,
Right.
they're all just like,
No. It just turns into, it's ridiculous. And I don't understand how that was, how just Harmony, like, it wasn't really directed towards
it
Harmony.
wasn't.
Like, it was
a general statement
Right.
that should have applied to all of them,
Right.
but for some reason it doesn't.
Right.
And they might actually show you that, and they all
Right.
try to get in, and Xander's like, the invitation was for one. Really? Why? How come? And yet poor Harmony, she's doing her best. She's doing better than she's
Right.
been honing, but she still isn't getting very far.
Working out or something.
Anya grabs a lamp, tries to hit her with it, but Harmony punches it out of her hand.
Right.
But then that gives Xander the opportunity to kick her out the door.
Right.
And they shut the door.
Which I don't
and
understand what stops her from just coming
back in. I don't know. Maybe because she knew she didn't have backup. I don't know. But he's like, wow, Buffy's going to be really upset about this.
Nah.
And we get one of my favorite scenes in all of this season. Because her laugh was so genuine, she couldn't breathe.
Right. So she's... Xander hasn't even gotten to the bad part yet. He's just telling her that Harmony has a gang, and Buffy is losing it.
Yes.
She is
Hysterically laughing.
Hysterical, and Riley's laughing. He doesn't know why he's laughing.
He doesn't know why he's laughing. He doesn't even know who this is. He's just laughing because she's laughing. And he finally has to tell her, okay, Buffy, seriously, they've killed one person that we know of, which makes her laugh even harder. He's like, you really should be concerned. And and Xander says, there is a more serious side to this. And
Right.
she's like, I hope so, because I'm having trouble breathing.
And Anya's finally like, well, Harmony wasn't a threat, but now she's got an invitation to your house or whatever, or backstage pass or whatever.
And it's like, screech!
I'm like, what? She's like, no, wait. The only person who could have invited her in was...
Where is she?
And she loses her mind. Now, and, and everybody's all, Buffy's pissed, understandably so. And everyone's like, oh, no, it's just, she's scared. She's like all freaked out. What I don't understand is Dawn has supposedly has been there the whole time. She would have memories of Angelus and that whole fucking year of what happened went down.
Yep.
She lived through that.
And not only that, there are things that siblings tell each other when their parents don't know. She would have known that Buffy was a Slayer, presumably, because long before Joyce did.
Absolutely.
Because she would have seen Buffy going out at night.
Digging in all her stuff. She would have been and started asking questions like early on.
Yeah.
So, that doesn't make any damn sense. So, like with Angelus, that would have been like 4 years ago. And she would have been like 10.
Yeah.
11 maybe. And there's no way she should be as delicate as they want to make her out to be.
And that's what Buffy even says. She's like, everybody's treating her with kid gloves on, and they're turning her into a little idiot.
Right.
Which is the only part that Dawn hears.
One of my favorite TV tropes is when someone overhears the worst part about that speech about them, and they leave right before the person's like, but I love them so much.
Yes.
I just want the best for them.
And while this is all going on, Harmony and her gang run into Spike in one of Sunnydale's many cemeteries.
One of Sunnydale's 30 cemeteries.
Yes. And Cyrus is hungry.
Stomach is growling.
Brad's
starting
like,
to get lightheaded.
I want some action, and he gets punched by Spike, who's like, I'm happy to oblige.
There you go. Let's do it.
And she, Harmony's all like, stop. It's, I'm in command. And Spike, it visibly turns him on a little bit. He's into it.
Yeah.
He likes it.
Gets a little awkward for a second there.
And Mort's like, why the hell are you talking to him? He kills our kind.
She's like, ew, yeah, that's right.
What's up with that? And it's basically like, I need a hobby. I'm bored.
Right.
I can't do anything else.
What else am I supposed to be doing with this immortal life?
Yeah. And so he finds out that she's trying to kill the Slayer, and he assumes a plan. And she's like, no, we're not doing that. And he leaves, and then she's like, guys, we're totally doing that. They do have good chemistry together, but
They do.
she just has too much frosty colored makeup on, and her hair looks great. She looks great.
Yeah.
That makeup is
It's just so heavy. I guess that's her evil, her villain in charge makeup.
I am a villain. Hello.
So she goes back. I guess they go back to Buffy's, and the plan is to snatch up somebody she cares about and, lure her to wherever.
Leave another note.
So they go to Buffy's house, and
Dawn has run outside.
Dawn runs outside. Anya sees this happen, goes out to try to get her, and gets clocked in the face, and then Dawn gets snatched.
Yeah. So they take
But apparently
Dawn.
Anya got real roughed up.
She got broke. She got a dislocated shoulder
Right.
out
We'll
of
see
it,
in the next
and
episode.
a really bad head wound.
Yeah. Way to go, Dawn.
And they all find, they find her outside, and they're like, ooh, this head wound looks bad. We should get her to a doctor.
Yeah.
And she's just, Dawn. Whoa, hold up. Don't take her to the hospital just yet.
So they do all this. Like, they're like, checking on her, and she keeps, like, trying to mumble, snap, take her, run away. Oh, and she's, like, mumbling stuff. Why didn't y'all put two and two together?
Right.
Like, obviously she's talking about Dawn.
Right.
Obviously Dawn got snatched by a vampire. How about you start there?
Yeah.
Just go.
But no. It's up to Buffy to be like, what?
Hold on now. What is she talking about? Dawn? Dawn what? Dawn who? Dawn where?
And we're still like, who is this girl? Why is this happening?
So we see that Harmony has Dawn, obviously, and she's got her chained up in her cave or lair, or whatever this is. And she's just kind of like complaining to Dawn about how hard it is for her to be in charge. And
Because they're turning on her because they want to eat Dawn. Because they've figured out that they're sending a note to the Slayer,
more notes.
but it doesn't matter if the girl is actually
Right.
alive when she gets there because their plan is to kill her.
Exactly.
So why can't they eat her now?
And Harmony doesn't have any answers for them. And she's just like, no, we're not going to
It's
eat
not
her
the
now.
plan.
But you've made this. This is your plan.
Right.
You can change it in
Yeah.
any moment. It
But
doesn't
she's
make
not
sense.
a villain. And that's what I love about Harmony. She really isn't bad.
Nah.
I mean, to a point.
Yeah, she's not
dumb
too
and she'll
terrible.
follow stupid people, as we find out in Angel. There's that weird Ponzi scheme dude that she turns on everyone for. She's not smart. But she
She's highly
tries.
suggestible.
She tries so hard.
Oh God. So
So she is. She's complaining to Dawn about how hard leadership is.
right. And for whatever, so Buffy is off to try to find Harmony, and so she goes to Spike. And starts to beat him up immediately. And it's like, hey, can we not do this?
Could you say hi first? I
Right.
mean, I didn't do anything.
Right. He has shit to do with this.
Right.
And
This
what
is a
makes you think?
super abusive relationship.
And why would you just assume he wouldn't just tell you right
Right.
away?
But she just keeps punching him in the face.
He's like, I told you where. She's like, I know.
And he's into it. You can see he's into
Starts
it.
to get a little jazzed. He's a little tight in the pants.
I enjoy James in this season. This is
Oh,
where
it's-
James really gets to grow
Yeah.
into Spike.
Right. We really get a good trajectory of where he's off to in this one.
And poor Dawn is like, I get it. It sucks. I understand. She's sympathizing with
I
Harmony.
know.
And they're having a great little discussion until the gang comes in. And they're like, we've been talking. And we've decided we're going to eat the girl and kill you. Not necessarily in that order. Why?
I thought we had a good thing going.
Poor Harmony's just, why doesn't anything ever work out for me? I didn't get to be the lead with, of the Cornettes. I had to be the number 2. My blondie bear just walks out. He staked me.
Is this the last time we see Harmony too?
No.
I mean, in Buffy.
No.
Oh.
She's in Out of My Mind. The one after Replacement.
Okay.
She's like his sidekick. And then she's in several episodes. She doesn't actually leave again until the one where Drew comes back.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Ah, yes. Is that this season?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a good season. There's good things
Yeah.
happening. We get that. Yeah. Good things happen and bad things.
So many bad things. So, Buffy and Harmony. Buffy shows up. She kicks some ass. She fights Harmony. She frees Dawn.
Well, it's fantastic because Cyrus walks up and, Buffy's like, my sister will kill you if you touch me. And he's like, ha, ha, and touches her shoulder.
And then seconds later, he's poofed.
He's poofed.
Now, see?
And
See?
she kills Cyrus, Peaches, and Brad almost instantaneously, like
Right.
without a sweat.
Right.
It's Mort she has a problem with.
Right. And she rolls in. I think she's more pissed off at Dawn for getting caught than she is at them for taking her.
Well, and I was watching it this morning with Raven, and Raven has a good point. She's like, if you wouldn't monologue Buffy, you probably could have killed Mort and Harmony. But she starts talking about how Harmony, when Harmony tried to be head cheerleader, she was bad. When
Right.
she tried to do something else, she was worse. But when she actually tries to be bad,
Sucks.
yes, it's like, this was a 4-minute monologue. You could have just killed her.
Just kill her. Why you gotta be trying to be petty?
Right.
Why you gotta add this bullshit on?
And she tells Dawn to close her eyes so Dawn doesn't see all the violence. How about you're fighting multiple people? You might want somebody telling you, hey,
Seriously.
somebody's... And Dawn doesn't listen, because what kid listens when you tell them to close their
Well,
eyes?
plus, they turn to dust.
Right.
It's not like she's seeing
It's not
body
like
parts.
blood
Right.
spurting everywhere. It's probably the cleanest violence you'll ever
Exactly.
see.
Seriously. Like, it's the equivalent of sweeping the kitchen.
Yes. So Harmony just runs away. She's scared. She's like, I'm out. And it takes a while for Buffy to take Mort down.
Yeah.
Mort,
He's a big bastard.
he's a big guy, and he picks her up, throws her around, but, Buffy always comes out on top.
Right.
And she kills him with a unicorn,
Yes.
like, is it a carousel horse?
I think it's on a carousel.
Yeah.
Well, luckily it's wooden.
Apparently. And she even looks at it like, okay. And then she's got to get Dawn untied from this wall.
And she's like going off and like, I'm telling mom.
Yeah? Well, I'm telling Mom that you ran away, got Anya hurt, got kidnapped.
So what about that?
Yeah.
So she finally frees her. They go home and Joyce is there. Oh, surprise. hi, how's everything go? Is that
Yeah.
okay? Blah, blah, blah. And they keep each other secret.
Because it looked like they came in the back door the exact same time that Joyce came in the front door.
Right.
80s trope that used to happen in movies all the time. You were out adventures in
Right.
babysitting. Everybody got, yeah.
We just happen to be out standing
Yeah.
around the kitchen
Why are
counter.
your coats on?
Right. It was cold. It's 75 degrees.
Why do you smell bad?
You smell like sweat.
Yeah.
You're breathing heavy. You smell like a vampire's lair. What's
And
wrong
then
with you?
why a couple days later? Because she was there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn was in that cave for a while. You know she's going to end up with bruises around
Right.
her wrists.
Right. But whatever. Sure.
And Dawn even says, Buffy kept my secret. She probably would have been in more trouble anyway. Truth.
This is true because apparently Joyce has a favorite. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. She favors the make-believe daughter.
She does.
So there is something like the episode ends with, and you know, we still haven't gotten, the audience still hasn't gotten any clear explanation as to
No.
who Dawn is, where the fuck she comes from. But Dawn says something like she doesn't take me serious, or, and then she's like, no one knows the real me. Buffy doesn't know the real me. No one does. Boy, will she be in for a surprise. And that's supposed to be like real ominous.
Yeah. And we're like, who the fuck is
Right.
this child?
What does this mean?
Who are you? And Giles, they're unpacking at the magic shop. Giles has, against everybody's better judgment and
Right.
advice, he bought the magic box.
Yep.
And they're unpacking, and Dawn is still narrating. And Buffy's being an asshole to her.
She is. Like, Giles wants to show her the new training room, goes back, and then Dawn is sitting there just writing in her journal. And Buffy's like, don't move. She comes back, don't touch anything. What are you doing right there? Just, wow.
And Dawn's just like, she should have just flipped her off the whole time.
Right.
Like, they do. The only person that can pull off Willow's wardrobe is Dawn.
Right.
So I think they just gave Dawn all of Willow's clothes.
Even Dawn's outfits weren't that
They were
terrible.
so bright.
They were very bright, and I don't think they were as
Ooh.
fuzzy.
What was
or
that?
3D.
Delia. I think everything came from Delia's that they put her in.
Delia's closet.
Yes. That's where all of her clothes came from.
Oh my god. What a throwback.
And that's it. That's the end of Real Me.
That's it. So there wasn't really a song in this one. But there were
That
like
happens a lot this season.
yeah. And then we started getting more like the next season we started to get more into actual songs.
By real people.
Right. But the burn, like I couldn't decide. There were two.
They're both pretty good. You did pretty. I agreed, but I don't know. I don't know.
So the first one is you know, when Harmony and Spike are talking when he sees her and he's like she's talking about what her plan is, and she says, I'm not gonna make the same mistakes as you. I've been doing my research. And Spike's like, what, Evil for Dummies? Which was like so rude.
So rude.
So rude. But
He's so mean to her.
He's so fucking mean to her, but
That's like the syphilis comment from season 4. He's so mean to her.
she just keeps coming back. The D must be amazing.
Must be.
But actually, I kind of think this one might be the better one when Buffy finds out that they accidentally invited Harmony in, and Buffy's like, "Please, I wouldn't have Harmony over when she was alive."
Ouch. That's so rude. But so true. So true. Harmony wouldn't have wanted to come over.
No.
But
But Buffy
So
wouldn't
true.
have fixed her face
No.
to invite her over.
nope.
Oh God.
Quite a few bodies in this one.
Oh man, yeah.
Mr. Bogarty got killed by Harmony's gang. Mm-hmm. And then everyone else was killed by Buffy.
Cyrus,
Mort.
Peaches, Brad.
Yeah, all of them. The entire Buffy gang.
Fucking wooden unicorn. I don't think this passes the Bechdel test. No, actually it does.
I
Because
think,
Joyce and Buffy talking about Dawn.
and then Dawn and Tara have that little conversation
right.
outside.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
And then Willow and Tara are
Right.
talking about Dawn.
This is probably the most passed
Yes.
Bechdel test
Yes.
of any episode of
Yeah.
Buffy.
Ever will or ever was.
Exactly.
So this is the random trivia from the Buffy Wiki this week is that this was the first appearance of Giles's red BMW, replacing his Citroen.
Sporty.
Sporty little.
Seduce me.
Mr. Bogarty is the third owner of the Magic Box to be killed in the series.
Oh, thing.
We talked about Cyrus being Andrew.
Cyrus is Andrew. It's Tom Link.
It's Tom Link! It's Tom Link! The music used for the scene in which Buffy's meditating is later used in several episodes, including
really?
Intervention.
Huh. Wow.
Did not know that.
So the moral of the story?
Make sure your little sister knows not to invite vampires into your house.
Stop being a dumbass.
Stop being a dumbass.
Like, that's rule number one. First things, come on, Dawn. Come on.
And they did make a point of saying, like, well, Joyce just did it with Dracula. And she was like, but she was lonely.
Horny.
Yes. It's like, stop making excuses for Joyce.
Joyce knew the fuck better.
Right.
Joyce was... She got a little hot in the pants. Was thinking that, even though I don't know why. Oh, and that
Joyce
would've-
needed Tinder or something for...
There was eHarmony at this point in time,
And
I
like
think.
those 1-800 numbers.
Yikes.
Uh,
Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh, God. We have really gone up in the ways of
Yeah.
digital dating
Yep.
these days. I don't know. We really evolved. Swipe right. I don't know. Okay, so let us know what you thought of Real Me, or if you have any other thoughts that you want to share or any questions, you can call us at 412-385-7250 and leave a message. Or you can record an MP3 file, less than 2 minutes, and email it to revisitingsunnydale@gmail.com. We will play it on the air.
we will. Someone do it.
I know, we've only had one thus far in our existence. This is like episode 80, y'all.
I'm like, come on. Do it. Please.
We truly, for serious, want to hear from you. And next week, we're going to talk about The Replacement, which, another fun one.
Yeah.
I do enjoy this one.
I do too.
So, yeah. So let us know. Call us, tweet us, comment on Facebook, send us emails, all the things.
Yeah, all the things, all those social medias.
We want to hear from you. All right. Thanks for listening. And until next time.